Enjoy the show, everyone!
Well, hello there, and a glorious welcome here to Gateshead International Stadium. The sun is shining, and Gateshead are safe in the National League for another season. Rob Elliott has pulled off the great escape with his coaching staff and players, and Gateshead are secure with 2 games to go. Today, it'll be all about carrying on the work that they've put forward since they secured survival last weekend away to Aldershot. And Rob Elliott's men will be looking to continue that on as they leave the pitch at this moment in time. Both sets of players and teams are in the dressing room at the moment. And, well, it's going to be a celebration here. The atmosphere is warming up nicely in the Tyne and Wear stand. There's a lovely travelling contingent from the away support. There is some fancy dress. I'll mention those a little bit later on. But you are here live and exclusive on the Heat On Me podcast, and we will be joining DAZN very, very soon. So, as I say, a big thank you, everyone. I've got the teams here. I'll go through them very shortly. There's a couple of familiar names and a couple of links as well to Gateshead Football Club in the Woking lineup. So we will go through those very shortly. Of course, we do have our Hall of Fame tonight and the Player of the Year Awards live at... Well, it's not a live show. It's going to be in person at the Salto Social Club. If you're in the region, pop down, £2 a ticket, and help us raise some money for the foundation and for the support, the society. It's going to be a fantastic night. And I think I heard over the tannoy, Gateshead Under 9s are the mascots here today, and they're all in their strips. They look absolutely fantastic down there, look very excited. And it's a day of celebration for Gateshead, of course. On Valentine's Day, 11 points adrift, and they currently sit 11 points above the relegation zone. A magnificent turnaround, hard work, dedication and belief was installed in this Gateshead side by Rob Elliott and Louis Story upon their return. And of course they brought Ben Clark into the coaching setup as well, along with Jacob Butterfield. And it really is starting to show in the stands here as well. There was times this year when the ground was more or less empty and felt very, very sterile, shall we say. And now it's alive, it's throbbing even here in the Tyne and Wear stand. And we are looking forward to your company. You can message us and let us know where you're listening from in the world as well. We'd love to hear from you. And we've got Sean Parry has put, good afternoon, everybody. Well, good afternoon, Sean. And we hope that we all are looking really forward to this one. It's Jermaine Defoe's walking that on the side that come today. And, of course, they are already safe this season. Not that they were in any trouble, to be said. But their season has pitted out. But they'll be wanting to build for next season to impress their new manager. Jermaine Defoe only arriving earlier this month. And, as I say... There'll be plans afoot for next season, and players will be wanting to show what they can do here today. So hopefully we're all set up for a lovely game of football. And you can hear we've got the Dam Busters and all other Great Escape themed music going on in the background. Of course, if you're just joining us, a day of celebration, a day of, well, Gateshead are safe and hopefully will thrive. Well, I'll go through the away team. Willie Askelainen in goal, Aaron Drew, Caleb Richards, Chinweek Okoli, Tunjai Akinola, Jake Forster Karski, Jamie Andrews, Tim Akinola, Matt Ward, Harry Buteman and Ollie Sanderson. On the bench, Dale Gorman, Kyan Pennant, Sam Ashford, Stephen Turner, Craig Ross, Jake Hyde and Timmy Odsuna. I'll get that one right. For Gateshead, this is how they line up this afternoon. Adam DeWar in goal, Brad Nicholson, Craig Ferguson, where's the captain's armband? He's alongside Louis Story in defence. The wing-backs are Harry Chapman and Josh Anafawosi. In midfield, Fenton John, Tyrell Newton, Josh Holm, Ash Botswain and Ethan Moore. On the bench for Gateshead, Shea Connor, Jacob Butterfield, Levi Amanchi, Joe Grayson, Mark Beck, Billy Chadwick and Ben Williams. So that is how we're all set up for here this afternoon. And it is going to be, as I say, I'm very happy. As I say, I'm not going to lie, I'm a Gateshead fan here, but that won't show in the commentary, I promise. And it's just a nice afternoon. It's nice to be relaxed coming into a football match for once. And I'm sure we can let the football do the talking today, as Gateshead have been putting on a fantastic display, and Woking themselves won 4-1 last weekend, I believe. So hopefully this game has got goals aplenty. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing very shortly, waiting for the teams to come out. Just we've got BBC Radio Surrey next to us at the moment. They're looking to, as I say, get themselves set up. They've been having technical problems, but we're all flying here, hopefully coming through loud and clear. If you can let us know. Alan Guest has sent us a message here. Hope they play the Great Escape theme before the kick-off. At the end, well, you know, I'm sure we've had a few of those Dam Buster type ones. So if the Great Escape comes on when we come out, I wouldn't be surprised. But I do believe that DAZN have joined us now, and big welcome to everyone watching on DAZN. We hope that you've enjoyed the coverage this season from DAZN. Every home game here from Gateshead, exclusively live on DAZN. And we hope that you've enjoyed the coverage and been part of it this year. And hopefully, I believe it's going to be the same next year. And we hope that you will join us next year when you cannot make it to a game, or if you're on holiday, or wherever you might be in the world. And hopefully we can continue the great coverage that we bring you here live and exclusive on DAZN. But we are waiting for the teams to come out here shortly at Gateshead International Stadium. And if you are just tuning in from joining us, and we just got someone just wanted to give me a message. So it's going to be a very exciting day. Of course, Gateshead completed the Great Escape last weekend with a 1-0 win away to Aldershot, and great stuff. Unfortunately, I'm riding solo today. My co-commentator has been called away to cover the game along the river at South Shields. Of course, there's a big championship games involving South Shields and AFC Fylde at the top of the Enterprise National League North. Who will be playing in this league next year? Well, we'll find out in the coming week. As I say, we've only got 1 week left of the regular. We'll find out who is going to be the winner. We've got Claire Punter has sent us a message on our YouTube stream for the audio, and she's put up the cards. Thank you very much, Claire, for sending us a message. And why not jump on DAZN and watch the game if you can. But we are, the time we stand is filling up absolutely lovely here. The away fans on the far side, special mention to the Woking fans. They've come in fancy dress. I believe this is their last away game of the season. I have seen a Mario. I have seen a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as well. And I think I can see the Pope. I didn't know the Pope was a Woking fan, but you learn something new every day. Will they have the Lord on their side this afternoon? Stay tuned and you'll find out very, very soon. But we all know the Lord is a Gateshead fan. That's why we call it God's country up here. Tongue in cheek, of course. But as I say, we are starting to get all excited, all ramped up here. Even the mascot's out today for Gateshead. Rooney the Goat, he's down there in his hope and glory strip, looking very, very good. And just keeping an eye on the music in the background. I'm waiting for the Great Escape music to come on. We all do that. I will go through the teams when they come out. I have already read them out for our audio listeners there before, but there is a couple of players I will mention. Of course, Timmy Akinola was a Gateshead player this time last season who joined when the failed takeover bid failed ultimately, and there is the Great Escape tune in the background, and he left in the summer to go to of course Woking. There is another Gateshead connection, Jake Forster-Karski. His dad used to be assistant manager here, and of course Kyan Pennant as well, who was on loan earlier in the season from Leicester. And of course in their ranks as well, they've got Harry Buteman, who is probably one of the best strikers to have ever played in the National League. He knows where the back of the net is and he continues to keep finding it. So as I say, we are all set. I think the players are down the tunnel. We're waiting for them to come out shortly. I can see the cameraman down there for Woking taking pictures, looking to get some shots for the programme and social media. But once again, I say we are very happy to have you join us here this afternoon, live on DAZN, and of course our audio stream on the Heed On Me podcast. Well, there's Jermaine Defoe, the new manager of Woking. As he goes out to shake one of the hands of his substitute players there, or one of his coaching staff. Let's see, of course, very well thought of in the North East, of course, for his time at Sunderland, but he's worked with the Bradley Lowery Foundation as well. and as I say, you probably won't meet a nicer man in football, and very well respected for everything that he's done. But today, that goes out the window. There's 90 minutes of football in front of us, and well, both teams will want to win, and Gateshead will want to continue their running form. Well, the teams are coming out now, and this is how they line up. Will Jääskeläinen in goal for Woking, Aaron Drew, Caleb Richards, Chinkwiki Okoli, Tunjai Akinola, Jake Foster-Kasky, Jamie Andrews, Timmy Akinola, Matt Ward, Harry Buteman and Ollie Sanderson. On the bench, Dale Gorman, Kyan Pennant, Sam Ashford, Stephen Turner, Craig Ross, Jake Hyde and Timmy Odesina. For Gateshead, this is how they line up today. It is Adam Dubois in goal, Brad Nicholson, David Ferguson wears the captain's armband in the absence of Kenton Richardson, Louis Story, Harry Chapman, Josh Anafawosi, Fenton John, Tyrell Newton, Josh Holm, Ash Botswain and Ethan Moore. On the bench is Shea Connor, Jacob Butterfield, Levi Amanchi, Joe Grayson, Mark Beck, Billy Chadwick and Ben Williams. And the teams are going through their handshake at the moment for our audio listeners, and Gateshead in their white and black. The visitors in yellow and real dark navy blue for Woking. They're not in their classic red and white that we've seen them play in many a times. And remember when I first started watching Gateshead over 25 years ago, they had the likes of Clive Walker in their ranks, and they were always an entertaining side when they came up to the International Stadium, and I expect nothing less here today as well. My name's David Gaddis. It's an absolute pleasure to be bringing you full match commentary here live on DAZN. Unfortunately, I don't have Mark Crovers with me today. He's having to cover South Shields for the local papers, so I'll be riding solo, and hopefully you enjoy the game. And for Gateshead, it's all about safety. That has been achieved. The achievement that Rob Elliott has done since coming in January. Much has been said about being one of the, I've seen it in local papers and national papers online, that it's being dubbed the greatest escape in English football history. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if anyone else has come back from further down. But on February the 14th, 11 points adrift, cut to cut to last weekend, the 1-0 victory away to Aldershot, and being, I think, second in the form table over the last 10-11 games. Gateshead are really flying high at the moment in that. But all the hard work, all that belief has come to fruition, and Gateshead have got themselves safe in the National League for next season. Lovely to see a huddle from the Woking players there. Of course, you would say nothing to play for, but they've got a new manager to play for and to impress for next season, because they'll want to be in his plans for next year. And just to mention to the away fans again, they're in great voice, lots of fancy dress, as I mentioned before. Even the Pope is there, and we'll see how he sees this game. But we're about to get underway. Thank you for your company, and we hope you enjoy this one. Gateshead shooting towards the River Tyne, the visitors towards the Felon End here. And it's a little bit overcast, but a glorious day for football. And hopefully we're in for a treat. Well, referee, we want to kick off right on 3 o'clock. He's just waiting. And there we go, we're underway. As the ball goes all the way back to Dubois. And Dubois kicks it straight up towards Ethan Moore. Doesn't win the aerial battle, and the ball is over the top, but the ball over the top for Ollie Sanderson just had way too much on it and goes all the way through to the Gateshead defence as Dubois looks to take the ball through the centre again. Ethan Moore being held, but the referee doesn't say anything. But Anafawosi chasing down the far side, but quickly off his line, Jääskeläinen rolls the ball out on the far side. Woking bring it forward over the halfway line, play it inside as Andrews can just lay it back, and Woking play it back to Jääskeläinen, all in green. Gateshead keep all in a teal, light blue. A throw in on the far side. Well, Foster-Kasky plays it forward. Ferguson's there just to nod it away, but Woking do get it back under control, though. It does get the ball back from Sanderson, and Ferguson can play the ball over the top, looking for the run of Ethan Moore. Ethan Moore trying to get past his defender. That's great defending from Okoli. Very calm there under pressure. The Gateshead just have to play the ball back. Story has to run after that one. It started a good pace already. There's Fenton John, turns his man lovely and drives with the ball. Holds the ball up and manages to poke it back to Dubois. He's at full stretch there. Nicholson plays it to Josh Home. Back to Nicholson. Nicholson goes over the top and Botswain has timed his run. The bounce just deceived McCauley there, but Home nods the ball down into the ground. It's been able to be picked up by Woking, though. They've done well there. Now can they open up on this right-hand side? And Josh Home wins the ball back. There's a few players going over. Throw in given to Gateshead. It started very competitive here in the first 2 minutes. Of course, still 0-0 if you are just joining us. Nicholson has a famed long throw. And that's got quite some distance on it and goes straight out for another throw to Gateshead. It was Matt Ward headed it. So it wasn't Matt Ward. It was Aaron Drew that nodded that one out. Woking fans in fantastic voice at the north end of the Tyne and Weir stand here. Well, I did mention about the long throw from Brad Nicholson. We're going to see it here into good effect. Really has become quite a useful weapon for Gateshead since his arrival in January, and that's another launched ball in. Ball eventually cleared by Woking. Fenton John can bring it down, or he flicks it back to Ferguson, who just has to take his time and bring a ball forward himself. Didn't get the connection through. I think it took a deflection, but it got to Moore. Moore trying to drive with the ball, and he's got past his man. Can he get past the other one? He's going to win a corner. Oh, the free kick's been given. He must have caught the heels. The linesman flagged straight away. It was more of a clumsy one than anything. I think the linesman got it right there on the far side. Well, Willie Askelainen comes from a fantastic goalkeeping pedigree. Of course, his dad played for Bolton Wanderers, among others. He's urging his team to get it over the other side of the pitch as he kicks this ball up right over the halfway line. Ball falls to Anafawosi. There was appeals for handball there from Woking, but the ball goes all the way back to Dubois. Takes a touch, gets it to Nicholson, and Nicholson can bring the ball forward himself. He looks up, there's a run of Holmes in front of him. He's lofted that ball forward, and Holmes has got the ball. He's just trying to hold off his man. He's done very well, Josh Holmes, at the moment. Gives it to Chapman, down to the dead ball line. It goes out for a throw-in to Gateshead, right next to the corner flag. Well, Josh Holmes, one of the players that has really, really grown as a player and a person this season. The former under-21 captain of Birmingham City. But once again, we're going to see the long throw of Brad Nicholson. In it comes. It's up in the air, it's lofted and well defended. It hasn't got fully out the box yet as Anafawosi just gets the ball under control, tries to twist and turn. Can he get past his man? He's got Harry Buteman all around him, trying to do some good defending there, but Anafawosi, he's got past, just overhit it as he cut in there, and Woking can bring the ball forward, but good strong defending from the visitors as the ball is kept in on the far side. Drew has made the run up, and there is the run through the centre as well as Andrews, but the ball forward wasn't the greatest. It's a pity that, because Andrews absolutely bust a gut there, Jamie Andrews, to get right through the centre. Gateshead just slowing it down at the moment. Dubois with the ball at his feet. Rolls the ball forward and now pumps the ball up towards Botswain, who doesn't win the header, but it's going to fall to Chapman, who plays it inside to Moore. Moore holds it up. He's got back out to Josh Home. Josh Home gets the run of Moore. Moore now up against the defender, cuts inside, he's done well. Can he pull the trigger? Is he shot away? Oh, good save. It's been poked out the far side, but Anafawosi's got the loose ball on the right hand side. Plays it down the channel to Story. He'd looked for the run of Josh Home and just overhit it and goes through. Sorry, it's Tyrell Newton, and that is a goal kick, but that was good stuff from Ethan Moore, who of course, co-commentator, wrote an article about even more of a conversation with the manager Rob Elliott. They're keen to sign him next season. I think his contract is coming to an end at Sunderland, who he's on loan from at the moment. Had a torrid time with injuries, but really is looking to be some real potential here in a Gateshead shirt, and who knows, we might see that next season. But at the moment, the visitors played the ball into the centre, and Anafowosi can bring it down. Just turns slowly, calmly back to Story. Story receives it back from Newton. Fenton John, back to Story. And now Newton plays the ball back to Story. Gateshead just calm in possession. Dinked the ball over way too much on it there, and Nicholson will be able to keep it in. As Nicholson, it's all back across the Story. He's going to be quickly closed down here. He's going to have good footwork. Gets it to Dubois, who clears the ball out to Anafowosi on the far side. He has not kept it in. It's a throw in to the visitors on the far side. We're into the 8th minute, still 0-0. We'll say the best chances fell to Ethan Moore. A driving run into the box from the left-hand side. Forced to save from Will Jaskalainen, who's on the ball now. He's pinged the ball up. Nicholson wins the header though, and Ethan Moore's going to try and chase this one down, but McCauley didn't get it far enough away from Moore. Moore turns, gets the ball, still going. Moore, he's got past his man. Can he get to the ball? Will Jaskalainen quickly off his line. Good goalkeeping, but so Jermaine Defoe won't like what he's seen there. Ethan Moore got past 4 Woking players there. And they were planted. But at the moment, they're passing it around the back. Okoli closed down by Botswain. Now Drew puts it down the line. Matt Ward has the ball. No, Gateshead just caught there. But, oh, good stuff from, as the referee says, play on. Fenton John has the ball. I thought he was just going to pull it up for the late nudge on Fenton John. Nicholson plays a ball across the defence. Back to Dubois. Ball up towards Botswain, who was nudged in the back by O'Colly. Big physical presence. O'Colly in the Woking defence. Certainly no quarters given by Woking's big number 4. Gateshead fans making a lot of noise up in the clothesline section, but they've won the ball back. Harry Buterman brings the ball forward, just slows it down, turns it off and lays it off. Now it's back down the line and Woking can build here. Comes into the centre towards number 23, Timmy Akinola, who loses out, and Gateshead can bring the ball forward now as the ball comes out to Harry Chapman. Chapman plays it inside to Moore. Moore does well, but as I say, that man, McCauley, was there to interrupt and disrupt, but Gateshead do have the ball. Back to Nicholson. All the way back to Dubois. Gateshead patient in their build-up. Having large swathes of possession so far in the opening 10. And the best chance of the game so far. Dubois pumps the ball at the top looking for the run of Akinola, and the bounce just deceived him there. Tried to get past Callum Richards, but Callum Richards, I think, just wrong-footed him. Neither of them got the ball. Well, we're waiting for the throw on the far side. Taking his time here. Launches it up towards the halfway line. Story wins the header. Ball over the top. And nodded away by David Ferguson. Brought down by Richards, who tries to get something moving on the far side, but it breaks down and Gateshead can bring the ball forward. Anafowosi was wiped out as he tries to run past his man, as appeals of innocence there, but it was a block. And it's a free kick to Gateshead, about 15 yards inside the Woking half on the right-hand side of the pitch. An opportunity for Gateshead to get the big men up. As we mentioned before, they've got some towering players in their side, the visitors, so the delivery has to be perfect. Tyrell Newton lofts it up to the box. It just hangs up a little bit in the air. Headed away by O'Colly. Brought down by Matt Ward there, but he couldn't get the ball forward. Now they try and get the ball moving as a ball forward for Ollie Sanderson to try and chase on to, but not giving him the best of chances. Dubois just can pick the ball up. I'll say this is the last home game for Gateshead in this Enterprise National League season. A real roller coaster of a ride. 16 games without a win. Looked dead and buried. And then all of a sudden, the form team in the league. Was the ball well defended by the visitors there, as Tunjai Akinola had won the header, but Gateshead pick up the loose ball and can build from the back again. Story. Back to Dubois. Dubois looking for space, looking for movement. As he goes down the centre looking for Moore. O'Colly wins the header out towards Richards. Richards hooks the ball out of play on the far side for a throw to Gateshead. 13 minutes in, still 0-0 if you are just joining us. Ball thrown forward down the right hand side, but the visitors able to get that under control as Akinola pings the ball forward. Ward just pinched away from Akinola, and now Josh Holm gets the ball out to gets the ball back. There's appeals for a penalty. It was more of a clumsy coming together there. But Gateshead trying to unlock this walking defence. They've had a bit of success on this left-hand side so far in the first half. Richards. Ball over the top. Anafawosi just couldn't control it. Andrews and Buteman couldn't link up, and Gateshead come away with the ball. Story. It's been a commanding presence since his return to the club, as Tyrell Newton just trying to beat one too many players there, and unfortunately wiped out Harry Buteman there. That was clumsy. I think we might see a yellow card here. And the referee hasn't wanted a word with him. He's let that one go. Just overstretched for that one and too late. But this is an opportunity for the visitors to get the ball up and around the area. And 12 yards in, right next to the centre circle, left-hand side of the pitch. It's been playing down the line. Ward, on the far side of the box, crosses one in. O'Colly's there, comes off the back of his head, and it's been laid off. Sanderson back out to Richards. Drew puts it in. Good block from Botswain, and it's going to be a throw on this right-hand side. The best we've seen from Woking so far. Comes to Akinola. Played down line, and Sanderson's got space here. There's Andrews, not Sanderson, apologies. But the ball's chased down, and it's a corner. Well, Jamie Andrews is here, there and everywhere. So much I'm getting confused with Sanderson. Apologies. But corner to the visitors. I think it's their first corner of the game. Forster Kasky is going to take this one. Of course, his dad, Darren Kasky, was the assistant manager at Gateshead when the ball comes in. It's headed across, and O'Colly, and it's went past O'Colly. It could have really, he's probably kicking himself there, that one, where it goes past the post. I thought it was going to trickle into the back of the net. Still 0-0. But Darren Kasky, of course, was the assistant manager when Gateshead first got to Wembley against Cambridge in that playoff final. Ultimately, they lost. Former Tottenham player as well, Darren Kasky. Dubois pings the ball up, goes all the way up towards Ethan Moore, and O'Coley was, brave header there at the moment. Now Akinola can just turn, lays it off, gets it back. Ball over the top though, and that's way too much on it, and that will go out of play for a goal kick. There's Tunjai Akinola and Timmy Akinola. So Timmy Akinola, when he was here last season, looked a real prospect, real engine in midfield. A lot of Gateshead fans were disappointed when he left for pastures new. in the summer. With the ball, O'Cooley wins the header. And Akinola in the centre lays it off. And now the ball can be played forward by Forster Kasky. It's all of our name getting the better of me. As a ball through the centre, and the offside flag has stayed down as Harry Buteman pulls it across. It wasn't the greatest one, dealt with by Ferguson, and Gateshead just put themselves under pressure here at the moment as the ball comes off Chapman. Matt Ward wants to take it quickly, the throw, and Gateshead's composure just disappeared somewhat in the last couple of minutes. Played inside. Andrews tries to get it to his man as the ball played out to Matt Ward. Chapman's there. Good defending from Chapman. Just uses his body to marshal that one out. And it's a goal kick to Gateshead. But we're starting to see Woking grow into this game. 18 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Woking 0. Well, I'll take a short goal kick. It's taken to Dubois from Ferguson. Gateshead under pressure. There's a high press now from Woking. They're not allowing Gateshead to build out from the back with ease as much as they did, and they've forced a little error there. The ball in midfield. Fenton John nodded on to Anafawozi. Anafawozi doesn't able to control it, and now Akinola, he can play it out to Ward on the right hand side. Ward has the ball. Akinola makes the undercut, but wasn't seen or used. But Akinola picks up the loose ball, and the offside flag has went up there on Akinola, who cuts a frustrated figure at that decision. Just looking across towards the north end of the Tyne-and-Wear stand, Mario and the Pope and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man are enjoying themselves up there. Get all the celebrities on Tyneside. Haven't seen Luigi yet, but the ball is back in play. Kick from Dubois. O'Cooley on the header and still up in the air at the minute. Akinola nods it on. Fenton John nods it on. It's been nodded on again. It's a bit of head tennis at the moment, and Josh Home puts it over a volley over his head there, and that's just going to go out of play for a throw to the visitors. Well, Aaron Drew is asking his teammates to get a little bit higher up the pitch, and he launches this one up towards the halfway line. Nicholson, there's a bit of shirt pulling there. Woking players asking why nothing was given, but they come away with the ball. Akinola goes down in a heap after a tackle from Fenton John. And it's a free kick, and the referee wants him to take the time. He just wants a little word. Well, it's another opportunity for Forster Kasky to get this one in. Well, this one is going to go towards the big man at the back, I think. O'Cooley is he signalled for it, but it goes short, this one. Something from the training ground as Forster Kasky plays it out to Drew on this right-hand side. In comes the cross. The big man's there at the back post, and it goes over the top and out of play on the far side for a throw to Gateshead. But you can see what they're going to do, trying to utilise that big man. And he's already had an opportunity and put it past the post. From our angle, it looked tight earlier on. I don't know how close it was, though. Well, waiting for the throw on the far side. I'll get you some live scores very, very shortly in the National League. But the ball is back in play. Gateshead played the ball forward, and O'Carley can play that one back to his goalkeeper. And Jaskalainen's kick was not bad there as a free kick given on David Ferguson. Can give you some of the notable scores around the National League at the moment. Brackley owning 1-0 at home to Aldershot. Eastleigh 1-0 at home to Tamworth. And the only other goal that I can see at the moment is Sutton 1, Altrincham 0. So we'll keep you updated on those as the afternoon progresses. But Dubois with the free kick. Slips as he takes it all the way up and nodded down. And at the minute, Fenton John brings down the ball. Nicholson. Oh, tried to play the ball over there, nodded forward by Woking, and Dubois outside his box just to get his foot on it, control it, and keep the ball moving as the ball goes up towards Botswain. Headed away, and now brought down and turned. Can the Forster-Caskey get the ball moving? He can. He gets it to Drew. Drew gives it to Matt Ward, who's showing on this left-hand side. Both sides trying to put a good press on here and try and stop anything from being built up. As Jamie Andrews and Fenton John battling in midfield. There's the ball over the top, and Beautyman, I think he might have been offside if he had touched that one there. It's close though. Ball through the centre as Tyrell Newton. Lovely to see him back out there on the pitch. He's had a torrid season with injuries. As Dubois slipped as he kicked it again there. Story try and float one up towards Botswain, but the wind carries it out there. Just getting a little bit windier here. Well, I think we're getting a little bit of rain as well. I think I spoke too soon about how nice it was earlier. Commentator's curse. Far side Woking bring the ball forward. To come off against a player for a throw-in on the far side. 23 minutes gone. If you are just joining us here live on DAZN, it is Gateshead 0, Woking 0. Throw-in has been taken now. Back to Akinola. All the way back to Jaskalainen. Jaskalainen gives the ball to Okoli, who just had to change his footing, plays the ball forward and out of play for a throw right in front of the Gateshead dugout. And, well, a little bit of lack of communication there at the back. And, well, we're seeing Gateshead have a throw in here as Nicholson just sorts out his Alice band, dries the ball on his shirt. We know what's going to happen here. And, yeah, the rain is starting to come down. Fine mist, nothing that's going to affect the game, you would think. But Ferguson over to Dubois. Dubois just has his foot on the ball. Pings the ball out to this left-hand side. Actually, I tell liars. Botswain, who's being held, as both players, referee said both players holding the shirts, but the ball now is going to come out to Ward on this right-hand side. He's got past Nicholson. Can he pull the ball across? He can, but Dubois can get in front of anyone coming towards that, and he quickly lays it out and gets it on the attack now as Tyrell Newton brings the ball forward. That rain is getting heavier. Anderson just collects the ball, lays it off to Akinola. There's movement. So there was a man on the far side. I think it was Andrews that wanted the ball quicker. Matt Ward. Ball comes off Chapman. Another throw, and the rain is really starting to team down. Some of the people at the front of the stand are migrating back to get out of the rainfall. Well, I'm going to dry the ball on his shirt, Jamie Andrews. Okoli is going forward, as is Akinola. He's going to utilise the running track here to get a little bit of extra leverage on this one as he runs forward and launches it in. Headed clear though by Botswain. That's a great header. Akinola battling with Moore and Gator come away with the ball. Oh, Akinola, great interception. Can he lay it off to Ward? He can. Right hand side of the box up against Nicholson. A little bit of trickery. Goes down towards the dead ball line. Pulls it back across and it's too deep. It's been pulled back across and Gateshead, well, they haven't cleared their lines yet and now they can bring it away. It hasn't been fully cleared. Edge of the box. Forster-Caskey with a shot from distance. Well, if he was on a putting green, he might have done a bit better. But unfortunately for him, it goes over the bar and it's still 0-0 here on 26 minutes. Just couldn't get the connection he wanted and ended up lifting that one over the bar. Well, Dubois going to take a goal kick here. Quite a powerful kick as well. It's going to go right through. Nodded down. Can the loose ball be picked up? Forster-Caskey with a crucial interception there. And the ball played forward, but Story brings it down. Fenton John just couldn't get to that one. Andrews got in front of him, I think it was. And now the ball comes across to Ward. Ward has Drew on the overlap. And he's going to get the ball. Can he pull it back across? He can. And they've started to grow a little bit of success down this right-hand side at the moment, Woking. But, and Nicholson was robbed on the edge of the box, and now the visitors try to get it away. Still not getting it away. Gateshead. Akinola pulls it out to Drew on the right hand side. There's men in the centre wanting a delivery. Drew gets the ball back. He's forced backwards. Gateshead having to try and hold their shape and push out, but Akinola plays it across to the far side. Now Richards, he just has to give it back to Beautyman. Beautyman lifts it in. That's a great run from Matt Ward. He ghosted through, but he didn't time it right, and the offside flag has come up, and it's a free kick to Gateshead. But it's a nice game at the moment. It's finally poised. Both sides having their chances and possession. So we'll see who can try and beat the deadlock here. We're at the moment still 0-0. As Dubois slips as he kicks that one. It's about the fourth time he's slipped as the ball's going to come through to Botsway, and he's in between the two defenders. Has been nodded away. Akinola of a crucial header in the midst of that. Cleared out for a throw into Gateshead just on the halfway line. As Louis Story just wants his players to get into position to receive this. Launches it down the line, looking for Anafawosi, who does a good first touch. Can he get past his man? Beautyman's back to help defend. And Anafawosi puts it back down the line. Story, he's got time and space, crosses one in. It's very deep. It's, just taken off the head of Moore. And at the moment, Gates are trying to battle to win the ball back. And there's a player down there, just got caught. But at the moment, Akinola gets past Fenton John. Akinola, he has Sanderson in the centre. What can he do? He pulls it back, edge of the area. Jimmy Andrews lays it off again. There's another shot. And saved away by Dubois. And it's going to go out for a throw-in here in Gateshead. Well, they struggle to deal with that. The missed tackle by Fenton John allowed former Gateshead player Akinola to drive forward. And really, they should have been making the goalkeeper working a little bit more harder than that walking. Thought Andrews would have took the shot, but he laid it off himself. 29 minutes gone. It's 0-0, but there's chances aplenty. Anderson. Andrews dries the ball in his shirt. He's going to use a lot of the running track to get more leverage onto this, and he hoists it in. Headed away by Nicholson, headed away again by Josh Holm in the box, and Botswain kicked the ball away, and hasn't been cleared yet by the Gateshead. And and there you go, there's the one. And Harry Beautyman was at the side. It was a shanked shot by Anderson, and it deflected to Beautyman, and Beautyman buries it into the back of the net. There's arguments from the goalkeeper to say offside. I don't know. I will say we're not blessed with replays from our vantage point. Initial reaction, I thought he might have been when the shot was taken, but if it deflected onto Beautyman, then he was onside. But all he had to do was prod it home into the back of the net, and it's Gateshead 0, Woking 1 here on 30 minutes at Gateshead International Stadium. Well, what do Gateshead have in reply? It's been gradual build-up from the visitors. There is more goals in the National League as well. It's 1-1 at Eastleigh. Boreham would have taken the lead at relegated Morecambe, and those are the other goals as it stands in the National League. Dubois clears the ball up, and Ethan Moore doesn't get off the ground for that one. Akinola did, and Kasky Forster just lays it off to Richards, and it goes all the way back to Tunjai Akinola. Back to Jaskalainen. Ball played forward, nodded on by Beautyman. Story's there to bring the ball down, lays it off to Ferguson. In turn to Nicholson. Nicholson puts it down the line, but the wind has carried that one out, or trying to say his ball forward wasn't the best, and out went for a throw-in. Drew, the ball aloft. He's going to get the ball back and plays it back to Jaskalainen. Ball played forward by Jaskalainen. Ferguson read that one. It just skims off his boot though, up in the air, nodded forward, and Matt Ward can drive onto this one. Ferguson comes over to cover. He puts a first-time ball in, but not enough on it. And Dubois more than a match to get to that one first. But Matt Ward showing he's dangerous down this right-hand side. Back to Dubois. Dubois inside his area, chips the ball forward to Botswain. Botswain chests it down, but didn't make it to his teammate, and Fenton John can get the ball to Nicholson, who pings it forward and just went a little bit scrappy at the moment as Forster Kasky tries to keep the ball moving. Andrews out now to Matt Ward. Matt Ward doesn't get past Nicholson. Nicholson being held, used his body well, and free kick to Gateshead. Well, you wouldn't think these two teams have nothing to play for. They're still going for it at a great pace and great attitude. And just having a little look around, of course, our neighbours along the road, South Shields, they're currently in a championship battle with AFC Fylde. They're both level on points, but AFC Fylde have scored and they are top of the league as it stands. And South Shields on 0-0 with Basford at the moment. As the ball played up by Dubois. Ball chipped forward though by Beautyman. Andrews on the ball, takes it to the left-hand side. He's looking for a runner. Just has to turn round. Gateshead forcing the ball back. But good control from Woking still, and Forster Kasky plays the ball back to Tunjai Akinola. Back to Jaskalainen. And Jaskalainen just takes a chipped cross across here to Drew, and well, that was a bit of a poor decision by Jaskalainen there. Put a little bit too much on that one. Throw into Gateshead, and Brad Nicholson will be able to take a long throw from here. Although I think it might be a bit shorter than his normal range. Tried to get it to Josh Hulme, and does. Josh Hulme just skims up off his head, cleared by Okoli. Nicholson brings it down, lays it off to Story, and Story now can play it across to Anafawosi. Story. Anafawosi will just play this one back to Dubois. Good pressure from the visitors as Tamworth have taken the lead away to Eastleigh. It's 2-1 there now on the south coast. As Anafawosi gives the ball back to Story. Story just lets the ball run. Plays it back to Dubois. And that goal from Woking has silenced the home fans at the moment. Took any sting out the game a little bit. Ball up towards Ethan Moore. Runs over and keeps it in. He's got Tunjai Akinola with him. He tries to drive past him and does so, and it was a chop down. And referee goes over to put his magic spray down. There has been a goal down at Hartlepool. They are winning 1-0 at home to Robbie Savage's Forest Green. But Gateshead have a free kick here, about 3 yards from the dead ball line and the bottom corner of the box. And Newton stands over it. Can Gateshead utilise this one? It's all in close quarters at the moment. Players all inside the 6-yard box. It's hustle and bustle. We wait the delivery. Anafosi shows short, but in it goes. Whoever wins the header is going to be pivotal here. Oh no, cleared off the line. Whoever got the head to that, I couldn't tell you who it was, but it's definitely a goal-denying header. Gateshead still in possession as Tyrell Newton plays it inside to Fenton John, who just turns, finds himself space, and now can lay it off to Josh Hulme. Josh Hulme looks up, and the shape from Woking keeps Gateshead moving the ball, looking for space, looking for gaps as Nicholson has the ball. Chapman plays the ball forward for Hulme, just a little bit too much on it, but Hulme gets the ball deflected off him. Can he cross the ball in? He drives down to the dead ball line, still going Hulme. Hulme, oh, well, crucial tackle from, I think there's a Cooley there, and it's a corner. Well, Josh Hulme driving forward into the box there. Tyrell Newton going to take the corner on this near side. In comes the delivery now. It's scooped in there. Okoli, that man, I don't think he's lost a header today, but at the moment, the ball's put back out to Newton and not enough on it for him to get there. Drew, no nonsense, puts it into the stands. And we've got a throw in, which we know Brad Nicholson will come across to take. Well, I can tell you what, they've tricked with us there as Chapman takes it short. Chapman got the ball back, plays it down for Tyrell Newton, who pulls it back across. Oh, Boat's way in. Oh, tricked himself there, goes out for a goal kick. And the less said about that, the better. He just didn't control that at all. And we're in 37 minutes gone. Still 1-0 to Woking here at Gateshead, live on DAZN. And the Heat Army podcast, of course. If you're listening online, some latest scores from around the league. Brackley 1, Aldershot 0. That goal at Tamworth doesn't stand. It's 1-1 still there. Hartlepool 1 goal up against Forest Green. Bournemouth are winning 1-0 away to Morecambe. And at the moment, Sutton are winning 1-0 at home to Altrincham. And that's how it stands in the National League at the moment. A nice ball nodded forward. The ball played out to Matt Ward. He does have Buteman on the far side. He cuts inside with himself, Ward. Has he overrun it? He has. And Gateshead just managed to take that off him. And Anafawosi on the far side, but Matt Ward, credit to him, he's sticking to his game and trying to win that ball back. No quarters given and a foul given in the end as Anafawosi went over. And, well, the game's still very much alive. It's, as I say, normally these end-of-season affairs can sometimes be a drab affair, but this one, it's keeping the eye. Hopefully of both sides. Well, Dubois takes the kick over the halfway line, and that goes straight out. So I'm guessing the wind must be a little bit heavier than what we feel up here in the stand. There's been a few balls from both sides where it's just went awry. Well, all the way back to Yaskalainen and Woking go from the throw-in. Comes across to Drew. Drew looks to bring Akinola into it. Matt Ward, oh, good interception though from Nicholson. Ward, Ethan Moore puts it back out to Nicholson, just too much on it, and Drew gets there and can clear it. Comes off Nicholson and a throw to the visitors. Both teams battling for every ball that becomes available. Credit to both sides. 40 minutes gone, still 1-0 to Woking. Harry Buteman with the goal. As ball is now with Gateshead. Story plays the ball forward. Well, Aaron Drew drying the ball. There was a lot of sprinkler action before the game. I was down near the pitch. It looks absolutely fantastic down there, considering the time of the year, where of course Newcastle United ladies play here as well, and Newcastle United groundsmen are helping out here, and it really shows. It's a magnificent pitch here on Tyneside. If you're a Gateshead persuasion, it's the best pitch on Tyneside, but that's subjective. As the ball withdrew back to Okoli, just a little bit on that there, and Okoli just has to turn and mop up as now Foster-Caskey plays it forward, and that's lovely passing football from the visitors as Drew looks up. And Akinola, oh, he must have slipped in front of the dugout. We couldn't see from our vantage point, but Gateshead come away with the ball now as Tyrell Newton drives forward with the ball, and there's a pull on the shirt from Jamie Andrews. Very cynical, deserved yellow card. I think the referee had to give one there. It was so blatant, but the referee, I think that's he could have got cards out earlier on for niggly little fouls and little touches, but on the whole, we haven't had to speak about them today, and that's probably the best way to talk about a referee, that you haven't had to talk about them. Guess that's what they call taking one for the team there, Jamie Andrews. Gateshead, free kick, good 35 yards out, maybe a bit more. That's going to be lofted into the box, you would think. It would have to be a screamer from this distance. Well, Tyrell Newton taking command of this one. Places the ball down. Referee just now gives the whistle to say it's okay to take. In it comes. Story nods it across. Is anybody there? No, there's a walking shirt that has been chipped back into the box. Story nods it back over, and Gateshead still pick up the ball in the edge of the area. Fenton John goes for a curling shot and, well, didn't get the whip on it he wanted. That's a goal kick to Woking. As Jaskalainen just receives the ball from the ball boy on the far side. Of course, multi-ball system in effect here at Gateshead International Stadium. Always helps when you've got the running track, of course. Keeps the game moving, fast flowing. Jaskalainen's still yet to take this one. He's wanting his teammates to move to a certain position. He takes the kick anyway. But, the sun is starting to come back out as Dubois has the ball. Can just scoop that one up. He rolls it out to Ferguson, who has space to bring the ball forward. He's closed down. You see, the press from the visitors is impressive. Sanderson hasn't stopped running today. There's the ball forward to Anafawozi. Played it blind inside, and Foster Kasky can pick that one up, brings it forward and puts back out to the far side. Anafawozi does win the ball back, but it's a bit clumsy at the far side, and the referee gives a free kick to Woking. Had his legs wrapped round the other player there, trying to get the ball. Another opportunity for the big Okoli to go up for another free kick here, to out on the left-hand side, about 5 yards in, 30 yards out. An opportunity to whip one in here from the wing. 44 minutes gone. Woking lead by a goal to nil. Harry Buteman. In comes the delivery, not the greatest, and Gateshead can come away with this one. It's played forward for even more to chase onto. Drew's there, no nonsense from Drew, and plays it to Harry Buteman, to Foster Kasky, who can keep this ball moving, plays it across. Lovely crossfield ball to Ward. Ward up against Harry Chapman. Corner of the box, gets past him. Can he get the delivery? And he can. Oh, and... Well, sorry about that. I've had someone just walk in front of the commentary area there. It was a perfect opportunity. The ball has went in for a corner. Oh, the joys. Well, it is another corner to Woking. And in no hurry to take this. We've got 30 seconds or so remain of the first half here. The fourth official is getting his board ready. He's having to get help from the Gateshead bench to get the numbers on the digital board, but there is a corner about to come in. Ball comes in, it's a big one. Okoli, comes across the lane, cleared across the face of goal there by Buteman, and Gateshead really got off with one there, but they bring the ball forward now as Fenton John, as goalkeepers down. I say there must have been a collision in there. So he is down at the moment. There's 1 minute to be added on here, and probably add a little bit more into that if Dubois needs treatment. The Gateshead medical staff are up and walking down the touchline if needed.
1 minute additional time. 1 minute at the moment.
Well, Dubois in some discomfort. He did play through the pain on Saturday away to Aldershot from the early stages of the game. He seemed to have a thigh problem, it looked like, but looks like the medical staff aren't going to be called on. Maybe he's just winded there the way he's went down. But as I say, we are nearly done with the first half here. Obviously, it's been a privilege to be with you, as Dubois is going to take his goal kick. He's up and okay. Sun is back out here as well, which is nice. We've had everything but rain, snow, I think. We've had the wind and rain, and we've had the sun back. And it's going to be a drop ball to Gateshead. Story, just inside the Gateshead half, can play this forward to Anafawosi, who tried to play it out to Tyrell Newton. And it's a throw in to the visitors. Here comes the delivery. It's a long one. Anafawosi wins the header. Akinola wins the following header. I know it goes for a Gateshead throw, and I think that probably will be the last bit of action here, I would imagine. Being interesting to see how Gateshead come out in the second half, and say both teams looking to impress the managers still, as the ball played forward as Sanderson, ball nodded on, he's one-on-one with the keeper, can he bury it? Oh, great reaction save, but it falls toward, offside flag comes up, and wow, Dubois with an unbelievable save there. Once again called into action, Gateshead's number 47. Well, free kick coming up. We're into the 3rd minute of time added on, but there is the half-time whistle. Gateshead 0, Woking 1 here at Gateshead International Stadium, live on DAZN. And well, it's been an entertaining first half. Gateshead started the better, but Woking definitely grew into it. And well, they carved out better chances and got the ball in the back of the net with Harry Buterman in the right place at the right time for the deflected save. I think it was a deflected shot that landed to him, and he just prodded it home into the back of the net. And well, we'll come back in about 10 minutes. Just we're going to have a little toilet break and catch our breath, because I'm by myself today. And we'll be back with all the half-time scores in about 10 minutes. Well, hello there and welcome back. We're going to go through the half-time scores very, very soon. And 1 second, I'll just get that off the screen, our half-time thing. Right, the half-time scores in the National League are as this. The early kick-off today, Southend won 6-2 at Halifax. Wow, I didn't say that earlier on. That is a phenomenal scoreline. What great form they're going to take into the playoffs, Southend. Brackley are winning 1-0 at home to Aldershot. Of course, Brackley already relegated. Eastleigh 1, Tamworth 1, Gateshead 0, Woking 1 here, of course. Hartlepool 2, Forest Green 0, Morecambe 0, Boreham Wood 1, Solihull Moors 0, Boston United 0, Sutton 1, Altrincham 0, and it's 0-0 between Truro and Carlisle and 0-0 between Wealdstone and Scunthorpe. So those are the half-time scores, of course. Just for our local interest as well in the National League North, Spennymoor are winning 2-0 away to Macclesfield. And let's have a little look in the championship race. It is File 2, Southport 0 and South Shields are 0-0 against Badford. So there we go. The teams are coming back out here at the moment. Darlington are 0-0 away to AFC Telford. And Scarborough are losing 1-0 at home to Merthyr Town. So that is how it stands a little bit around us. And, well, teams are back out onto the pitch. Can't see any changes at the moment from either side. If there is any, we will let you know. But we are moments away from kickoff here in the second half. Enterprise National League live on DAZN and, of course, are live on the Heed On Me podcast. So thank you very much. If you are listening to us for the first time, please drop a subscribe and join us for our 500th show coming up in a couple of weeks. As I say, I've got a lot of things going on myself at the moment, so we haven't got a date nailed down for that actual 500th show. But when we do, we'll get in touch and we'll let you know when we are live. But hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to join you say moving forward for that achievement. But it is the second half here, live and exclusive on DAZN and the Heed On Me podcast. Gateshead versus Woking, and Woking are 1-0 to the good here as we start off the second half. Woking shooting towards the River Tyne in the second half, Gateshead towards the Felon End. And for our audio listeners, if you're just joining us, Gateshead in their white and black, the visitors in yellow and a real dark navy blue on their shorts. And, well, we're all set and ready to get underway here for the second half, as we just await the referee to give the whistle to let us get underway. He just checks with the goalkeepers to see that they're ready. There we go. We are. And we're underway. Ball knocked forward by Forster Kasky, brought down by Nicholson. Ferguson back to Dubois. Dubois thunders the ball up towards Botswain, and that will go out of play on the far side for a throw to the visitors. Well, at the moment, let's say there's nothing changed in the lineup. So, Jaskalainen in goal, Aaron Drew, Caleb Richards, Chinwiki Okala, Tunjai Akinola, Jake Foster-Kasky, Jamie Andrews, Timmy Akinola, Matt Ward, Harry Buteman and Ollie Sanderson for Gateshead. Adam Dubois, so Gateshead on the attack as Botswain has the ball, left-hand side of the box, pulls it across, tries to get it to Chapman, but played it behind him. Ferguson captain, Louis Story, Harry Chapman, Josh Anafosi, Fenton John, Tyrell Newton, Josh Holmes, and Ash Botswain, Ethan Moore. The visitors have the ball at the minute. Buteman in the centre, plays it to Akinola. And it's out to Matt Ward, who fouled by... Well, he wasn't fouled. The referee says no, as Gates can bring the ball forward as Chapman gets the ball forward, but well read by Richards, and it goes all the way back to Jaskalainen. Jaskalainen plays it inside to Forster-Kasky. And Gateshead, just a good press, winning the ball back. On the far side, Josh Home gives it to Tyrell Newton. Down the line to Nicholson. Nicholson in turn gets it over to Ferguson. Story back to Ferguson. Ferguson looks up, wants to get the ball moving, tries to play it through the centre. Okoli, more than a match to read that one and come away with it. And at the moment, Just a little bit of appeals for handball, nothing given, but the ball with Gateshead now. Anafawosi cuts it inside to Chapman. Chapman's got space to bring the ball forward, plays it out to the far side. Tyrell Newton takes a touch. He's going to have the overlap with Home if he needs it, but he cuts inside to Nicholson. Nicholson out on the left, inside to Fenton John. Tyrell Newton back to Fenton John. Fenton John just turns and keeps the ball moving, gets it to Newton. Home, back to Newton, back to Home. Gateshead trying to have large swathes of possession here in the early stages of this second half as Drew on the far side marshals the ball out for a goal kick. Well, if you're watching earlier today on DAZN, Southend scored 6 at the Shea against FC Halifax in a 6-2 win. Of course, they lost out in the playoff final last year. And that's live on DAZN as well, the playoff final in May, live from Wembley. Who will be the team to get there? Southend, they're starting to hit form at the right time. They'll be wanting to get there, but of course, there's other big teams in the mix. Forest Green, Carlisle, Scunthorpe, and then you've got the likes of Rochdale and York that could be in the mix as well, but who will go up as champions? Them two games on the late kick-off as Botswain puts the ball out for a throw-in. Great work from Gateshead striker there, who has been amongst the goals since he arrived from his transfer from Ipswich Town a couple of months ago. Richards, long throw. Gateshead, Anafawosi chips the ball back down the line. Botswain keeps it in, but couldn't keep a hold of the ball, and the ball's being cleared by Woking. The ball bounces, stays in. Ferguson's there, and to disrupt, and now Fenton John can lay it off to Holmes. Holmes across to Newton. And Gateshead, they've turned a gear here in the second half. They're trying to drive with it. Ball comes across here to Story. Story inside. Nice turn from Home. Home, oh, he just got the ball away from his feet. The referee's going to pull it back. It just caught the Woking player as he cleared the ball. It was a clumsy one. A free kick to the visitors. Like Jaskalainen.
Announcement got the 50-50 prize. The winning number 36483.
50 minutes gone, still 1-0 to Woking. Jaskalainen with a free kick. Good header from Nicholson. Gateshead don't pick up the loose ball in midfield, but Andrews does. Andrews out to the right-hand side. He's got the runner through the middle there. He didn't see it, and he's still going. Andrews in the box, the right-hand corner of the box, but Gateshead nick it back and can get going with the ball here as Ethan Moore has the ball. He's got, oh, well, Botswain wasn't on the same wavelength. Fenton John had been busting a good overlap on the left-hand side. And Gateshead really do need to utilise those situations better as the ball's being played forward. Ferguson comes over to get to it. Dubois had come out his area, and if it was with a little flick, it's a blind one. You can't really be doing that when you're chasing the game. As the ball comes off Anafawosi and out for a throw into the visitors in front of the Gateshead dugout. At the moment, Gateshead, ball comes off Chapman. Throw in just between the two dugouts this time. We mentioned earlier on, of course, Woking, new manager and Jermaine Defoe. His players will be wanting to stay in his plans for next season as Andrews has the ball. He's got Harry Buteman, who he lays it off to. Buteman, left-hand side of the box. Now to Forster Kasky, who takes it down to the dead ball line, turns, brings it back, gives it back to Andrews. Good spell of possession here from the visitors. And Anafawosi, no nonsense, puts it out of play for a throw-in. Well, Andrew, number 6 for the visitors, is on the running track with this one. Getting a little bit of leverage for the throw. In comes the delivery now. It's a long one. It's in towards the danger spot. Okoli couldn't get it towards a teammate. Hasn't been cleared fully yet. A little bit scrappy as Richards nods it into the centre. Fenton John can nod it out to Tyrell Newton, and Newton scoops it forward and brought down nicely by Ethan Moore, who opens up and drives with the ball left hand side. He's got Richards with him. The ball comes off and goes out for a corner. That's good driving run from Ethan Moore. Well, the corner going to be taken by Tyrell Newton on the far side. Short corner to home. Tyrell Newton's got space to chip it in, but goes towards the edge of the area. Anafawosi brings it down on the edge of the area. Story shows from Anafawosi, gets past his man down at the dead ball line, pulls it back across. Great save, pushes it away from Jaskalainen. Didn't give anyone an opportunity to get on the end of it. And Akinola holds up the ball well, uses his body as Botswain just uses a little bit more muscle and pushes Akinola over, and it's a free kick to Woking. Well, we've certainly seen that in Akinola's spell here at Gateshead. He knows how to use his body and hold the ball up. He may not be one of the bigger players that you'll see in the National League, but he might be one of the strongest when he gets holding up the ball. Crossfield ball, a lot on it. It's going to bounce nicely though, and Drew can get there, pulls it back to Matt Ward. Matt Ward puts the cross in. There's men coming into the box. Andrews is there. Oh, really should have done better. And well, maybe that should have been 2-0 to Woking there. That was a good move down the right hand side. Well, Andrews I think he was just leaning back as he went to get the connection on it, and over it went. 55 minutes we're into. Still Gateshead 0, Woking 1. There's the blue skies all right above us now. You wouldn't think we had rain earlier on. As ball nodded on by Boatswain. And at the moment, we're just seeing Gateshead try and get the ball back into possession, and they're just losing out a little bit at the moment. But I say that, Fenton John wins the ball back. Even more turns, keep the ball moving forward. Chapman in the centre can play it through to Even More. Even More couldn't get past his man, but well, there was a push off the ball there. Referee says nothing, given it to throw into the visitors. It was off the ball, that one. Ethan Moore can't believe it. Well, we have the throw to be taken down in this corner flag to our right. So Gateshead do have quite a few options on the bench, and if they want to change things up here this afternoon. Long throw from Richard, sorry. Oh, Botswain goes down and a free kick given. This is about 20 yards out, right hand side of the D. Not the D, the box even. It's been a long season, everybody. It's been a long season. But Gateshead have an opportunity now to get the ball in the box. We're 22 yards out, right hand side of the box here. The referee marches Matt Ward back for the one-man wall. Tyrell Newton is going to take the free kick here. Gateshead, everyone forward, bar the goalkeeper. Ferguson's outside the box to pick up any clearances. Can they make this one pay? Newton's delivery, in it comes, it goes there. Okoli was there to head it clear. Anafawosi brings it back down. He chips it over to Tyrell Newton. Newton has Chapman there, who he uses. Chapman, can he turn and cross this one in first time? Pulls it back across to Anafawosi. Anafawosi tries to turn his man, but the ball goes out for a corner. And that's better for Gateshead. More sustained pressure. There's been no goals in the second half yet in the National League. We'll update you when any go in. But Tyrell Newton is going to take this corner. In comes the delivery towards the middle there, and Botswain got a foot to it, but couldn't get it goalward. And as a player goes down there, pushed from Fenton John on Matt Ward. Well, as we mentioned before, our neighbours along the River Tyne, South Shields, currently sitting in second place as the way things stand in the National League North Championship race. AFC Fylde winning by 3-0. And at the moment, South Shields, who they had a better goal difference at the beginning of the day, are 0-0 at the moment with Badford. As Gateshead back down for Woolsey. That's a lovely 1-2 football from Gateshead, but there was Tunjai Akinola to put the ball out to stop even more from opening up. Louis Story and take the throw in on this side, dries the ball in his shirt, but Nicholson is coming over. Of course, he's got a much longer throw on him. It's a real tool that Gateshead have utilised since his arrival from Solihull Moors. Being quickly taken. Gets the ball back. Nicholson plays it inside to Anafawosi. Anafawosi twists and turns. He's a real bag of tricks, but he loses out the ball and Nola back heels it, and it's been put out there. Good pressure from Gateshead. Anywhere will do just to try and relieve it from walking there. But sustained pressure needs to lead to chances. And can they get one here? Nicholson out on the running track. He's out to as far as lane 4 there for this run-up. In he comes, and there's a massive throw. The first header's important. Oh, Story got the header. Jaskalainen just plucked it out the air. And if he had got a little bit more power on that, he might have troubled Jaskalainen, but his ball clearance was quickly done there, and it goes out of play for a throw-in to the visitors. That's better from the home side, but visitors dealt with it well. Gateshead forcing Akoli back to Jaskalainen. Jaskalainen can put it across to Tunjai Akinola, who plays the ball forward, and there's nobody there, and that ball will trickle out or bounce out even, for a throw into Gateshead. Story takes the long throw. Well, it wasn't a long throw, he takes the throw. Mark Beck, Jacob Butterfield and Levi Amanchi are warming up down the touchline for Gateshead. Could we see their introduction soon? There's half an hour left, we're 60 minutes in. Ball up to Ethan Moore. Ethan Moore just couldn't control the ball, and it goes out for a throw to Woking. Well, Timmy Akinola forced backwards by Josh Holm. Still fantastic stuff. He's still forcing Akinola right back into his own corner flag here, but he's holding the ball up well, Akinola. Of course, had a spell in the Far East as Gateshead do win the ball back. Fenton John. Story. Anafawosi back to Story. Plays it forward there. A nice touch from Ethan Moore. Plays it through for Josh Holm. Josh Holm inside the box on the right hand side. He's having to hold it up. He needs to get the ball out. Story chips the ball in. It's a deep one towards Botswain. It's off the top of his head, but it falls to Tyrell Newton, who gets it under control. Can he put it back in down to the dead ball line? Chips it back across. Goes out for a corner. Wow. Definitely seeing a change of intensity from Gateshead here. But as we said before, you need to start to make chances pay. Newton with the corner, lofts it in. Jaskalainen up in the airs, too close to the goalkeeper, that one, as Nicholson just ran into the back there, and referee wants to have a little word here with Jaskalainen, but he's allowing the substitutions to take place here. We are going to see the arrival of Kyan Pennant, who was on loan at Gateshead earlier in the season from Leicester, and also we are going to see the arrival of Steve Turner coming on as well. So Kyan Pennant was in the side when Gateshead was struggling earlier in the season. A real live wire, really fast off the mark. You can't take your eye off him when he's on the ball, but Akinola, former Gateshead player, is going to come off. He's going to be replaced by Stephen Turner. As Akinola leaves the pitch. not in the greatest of hurries, but he's replaced by Turner. Kyan Pennant is going to be coming on for, we're just waiting for the board. He's going to be coming on for the goal scorer, Harry Buteman. So that will inject a little bit of pace into the forward line of the visitors. As Kyan Pennant comes on. 63 minutes gone, still 1-0 to the visitors. And there's the ball. Played forward, Story wins the header. In midfield comes back through. And Ferguson can play that ball out to Tyrell Newton. It's not a bad ball as the ball now comes forward to Josh Home on the left-hand side. Plays it forward as Ethan Moore shows and holds it up down the line. Plays it back into Home, back to Fenton John. Fenton John has Louis Story in space. And Story just gives it to Nicholson. It's the press from the visitors. They've won the ball back. And now they can get this ball moving forward as Fenton John just trips up the player there. And, well, free kick. There is a goal in the National League. Carlisle have scored away to Truro. Of course, Truro already relegated this season. One season stay in the National League. Of course, a lot of travelling for them. A lot of travelling for Gateshead. They've got a lot of travelling to do every season, being one of the most northerly teams in the league. Levi Amanchi and Mark Beck are stripped to come on. The two big men up top, they're ready to come in on and here, and we are going to see. So it looks like we're going to see. Hang on, well, the referee. The fourth official is not having the greatest time with the board here. He put up the wrong number, so we're waiting to see who Levi Amanchi is going to come on for. He's coming on for Botswain. And we're going to see Tyrell Newton leave the pitch as well. So Amanchi comes on for Botswain, and we're going to see Mark Beck come on for Tyrell Newton. Gateshead with quite a powerful front three on now. Will that translate into more chances? Well, we're still waiting for this free kick. It's been taken down the channel. It wasn't a great one, intercepted by Chapman. He's overran it, but now they can bring the ball forward again. The visitors. There's a nice bit of trickery on the far side. It comes in, but Nicholson's clearance was more up in the air, headed clear by Fenton John, picked up though by Drew, and the ball goes out of play on the far side. Matt Ward couldn't keep it in. Okay, it said the ball coming forward goes all the way through to Jaskalainen. Tunjai Akinola. Well, I can just say Akinola now. There's only one on the pitch as the ball played forward. Headed back. Gateshead pass the ball to Kyan Pennant. Ball come forward. Turner now drives, spots a man on the far side, and as on the far side, what can he do with Ward? Ward drives down, pulls it across. Oh, and it went through the hands of Dubois on the far side. He's not happy with that one. It just skimmed through as he went down. And there's the 2-0 lead. And Matt Ward with the second goal of the afternoon on 67 minutes. So it's Gateshead 0, Woking 2 here at Gateshead International Stadium. Well, every goalkeeper is fallible to a mistake. Even Adam Dubois, we won't hold it against him. His performances are a key part in what have kept Gateshead up. And that was one of those things that will happen to a goalkeeper in their career. But there's still 23 minutes left here for Gateshead to maybe get back into this one. But the away fans are in fine voice. The Pope, Mario, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, they're all going berserk in the north end of the Tyne and Wear stand. Does look like we're going to see Joe Grayson coming on very soon. There has been a red card at Solihull Moors. We'll inform you on that. But the ball goes up. Mark Beck wins the header. Amanchi tries to bring the ball down. He has. He's brought it down. But he's got a sea of yellow players in front of him. Lays it off. Josh Home gets it to Fenton John. And now Story. Nice touch to get past his man. Lays it off to Fenton John. Gateshead trying to push here and get the ball in the box. As Anafawosi lays it back to Ethan Moore. Moore to Fenton John. Fenton John, if he looks up, he's got Nicholson on the far side. He has. Nicholson just has to control it. Plays it back to Ferguson. And at the moment, all the way back to Dubois via Story. Dubois comes out the area, pings the ball up towards Gateshead's big men, but the ball headed out of play. Is it going to go out? It has went out, and it's a throw into Gateshead. What do Gateshead have in reply here? Ball lofted forward, offside flag goes up on Mark Beck. Well, waiting for this free kick to be taken. Visitors in no hurry. Jermaine Defoe will be the happier of the two managers. That is goes without a shadow of a doubt on that one. Oh, and South Shields are trailing by a goal to nil. Wow, that is a massive goal in the championship race in the National League North as Story clears the ball and that'll go out of play, and an unbelievable set of scorelines. But at the moment here at Gateshead International Stadium, Gateshead 0, Woking 2. Ball launched forward as Story wrestling with Andrews. There's Sanderson, plays it down the line, comes away with the ball, Gateshead, but ball goes out of play. And then Gateshead, Akinola just goes down. I think he's hurt himself. I think he's cleared that one. I think he's twisted his ankle. Looks like Jacob Butterfield is getting stripped and ready for action. And he's just taken off his training bib. Be interesting to see who Gateshead take off here. Could it be Josh Home or Fenton John for the arrival of Jacob Butterfield? Is Akinola still receiving treatment? Well, got to say that the travelling, well, if it is going to be, well, that made no sense there. Gateshead don't even have a number 7 on the pitch. Well, Joe Grayson is coming on. Looks like it's going to be 4. Let's have a look. Well, it's a 3-man switch here from Gateshead. Chadwick and Butterfield are coming on here. Well, Akinola has to leave the pitch because he's received treatment. So Gateshead will have a man advantage for a little while. Looks like Fenton John is going to come off here. I'm still trying to find out who's coming on for who. So looks like Chapman's coming off, as is Josh Home, and it looks like Fenton John as well, if we're getting the numbers right. There we go. So Chadwick on for Fenton John. He's having an absolute nightmare here, the fourth official. We've got no idea who is coming on or coming off at the moment. He's getting the ball. So Nicholson is coming off. So, Nick, yeah. So there we go. It's been an absolute calamity. We've had to work between us here with the BBC commentator. Anna Fawozi has come off, and it is going to be Chadwick comes off. No, sorry, Chapman. It isn't Chapman. Nicholson and Anna Fawozi are off, as is Fenton John. Fenton. Well, it's about as clear as mud. We're all going to see Timmy Odesina come on. So the fourth official, he puts it up, and it's well, he's had a nightmare, the fourth official, with that board there. He's put number 16 for number 10. It isn't that, but Odesina is on. I think that's for Akinola. Well, crazy. But we've got about 16 and a half minutes left here to go. So the ball played forward from the throw. Beck wins the header. Amanchi holding on to the ball to keep it there. Manages to get it to even more. Chapman. Oh, he just couldn't thread it back through. And Butterfield tries to close down. Story stops the ball from going forward. Butterfield gets it to even more back to Butterfield. Butterfield just, good stuff from Turner there to marshal it back to his goalkeeper. At the moment, well, Sanderson bumps into Ferguson, and it's a free kick to Gateshead. Lovely to see Joe Grayson back on the pitch there. The ball just... Matt Ward does great to get past him, and there's a pull on the shirt there by Grayson. Free kick to the visitors. Well, AFC Fylde 4, Southport 0, and Bedford are still winning 1-0 at South Shields. That is massive in the National League North Championship race. Could that have handed the title to AFC Fylde? South Shields have to go to Kidderminster on the last game of the season, and that is no easy place to go. We're into the 75th minute. It's a free kick to the visitors on the far side. Well, Ward is going to take this free kick on the far side, right on the touchline. In it comes. It's dipped down. Jimmy Andrews couldn't control it. Gateshead managed to clear as Amanchi didn't win the header, but it falls to Butterfield in midfield. He can get the ball moving forward. He spots even more in space on this right-hand side. Gets it under control. Oh, he plays it inside there. Chapman's first touch. Oh, just took away from him, but cleared out. Story is going to take this through. Launches it into the box. Mark Becker's there. Nods it down. Oh, and Amanchi couldn't get a touch on it. As Jaskalainen, he's done pretty well so far. Been done what's been called of him. Pulled off a good save in the first half. Gateshead need to test him more as the ball through as Kyle Pennant comes out, and great goalkeeping from Dubois, but the ball falls, and well, they couldn't capitalise on it, the visitors, as the ball in midfield is, that's it, Chapman, he just couldn't send even more away. He was just a little bit flat-footed, and Jaskalainen will clear this ball in turn up over the halfway line. Ferguson wins the header. Josh Holm couldn't get to that one, and on the far side Ferguson can mop up and play it all the way back to Dubois. Dubois clears the ball over the halfway line, nodded down. Turner can pick it up. Just opening up a little bit here as Gateshead press to try and get into the game. Ball comes across to Story, and he can bring the ball forward. Ethan Moore just on the halfway line on this right hand side, plays it inside to Butterfield. Butterfield just slows it down and gives it to Story. Chapman looks for the run of Amanchi, good goalkeeping, but he's caught Amanchi there, and the goalkeeper's in full right to go for it. It's going to be a throw to Gateshead, but Amanchi down in the box just got clattered by Jääskeläinen there. Jääskeläinen still, Amanchi's still down. And he's just had the wind taken out his sails there. He's back up onto his feet, Levi Amanchi. Chapman is going to take this one, Harry Chapman. Ball comes to Butterfield. Oh, lovely work from Butterfield. Good feet. All cuts inside Butterfield. Can he go for a shot himself? Oh, great save from Jääskeläinen. A moment of brilliance from Butterfield, turning back the years. It's another corner to Gateshead. Butterfield going to be the man to take the corner. Butterfield now whips it in. It's a deep one. The big men are there. Beck! That all comes back across. Beck wins the header again. Falls to Chapman. Oh! Well, appeals for handball. Nothing given. Gateshead still on the ball as Butterfield whips one in, this time towards the penalty spot. Oh, the defender missed it altogether, Okoli. And Gateshead can keep the ball moving as it comes to Story. Josh Hulme keeps the ball. Lays it off to Butterfield. Well, ball forward for Levi Amanchi. He's onside. Can he get a shot away? Akinola's there. He's still trying to get through. He lays it off. Here's Chadwick. Hulme puts it through. There's Chadwick. Can he pull the shot? Oh, he pulled it back. And Gateshead, well, they just kind of seem to get the shot away when they get in the box. I'll say there was one or two appeals for a penalty. It was never going to be given in a month for Sundays. Right decision by the referee as the ball played out to the far side. Ball played now forward as Jamie Andrews beat the offside trap, but he's on the far side. He needs men in the middle. Just slows it down. And Woken just taking the sting out of Gateshead's momentum there at the moment as Josh Holmes tries to chase down and wins the ball. Good work from Josh Holmes as Chadwick kind of keep the ball, but it goes out of play for a Gateshead throw. Well, the substitutions have made a difference to the game, but they need to, as we said all the way throughout this game, make them chances pay. As Chadwick has on the ball now, left-hand side, pings the ball over here to Moore, who lets it bounce and go through to Chadwick. Chadwick puts one in, it's a deep one towards Mark Beck. Mark Beck brings the ball down, shot away from Chadwick. Oh, and he pulls it wide. Wow. And the ball actually, did it go out for a throw? I think it did. Well, Mark Beck, a little bit selfless there. Maybe he should have took the shot himself. Tried to tee up Chadwick. Well, the Enterprise National League season curtain will come down here for home games. And Gateshead have made their safety guaranteed last weekend as Butterfield just has to hold and marshal the ball away from Andrews. Grayson plays the ball forward looking for Chadwick, and that ball just goes out of play on the far side. Looks like we're going to have one more substitution from the visitors. It's going to be number 8, Dale Gorman is about to come on. As Dubois gives the ball to Story. Story turns. Let's get this ball moving forward. Ball up in the air. Nodded on. Ball held up by Mark Beck. Mark Beck. Butterfield. Now Hulme. Hulme can bring the ball forward. Grayson. Left-hand side of the pitch. Butterfield just tries to pick out the right pass, and free kick given. Mark Beck judged to have fouled the Forster Caskey there. Looks like Forster Caskey is going to come off here as well.
Your total attendance is 1,174, and that includes 146
Or 1,174 here, and that includes over 100 walk-in fans that have made the trip up here today. They're all dressed up, a lot of them, as we mentioned before, in fancy dress. They're having a fantastic afternoon. There's Jake Forster Caskey comes off. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but he is the son of former Gateshead assistant manager Darren Caskey. So a small connection there. But Gorman comes on, number 8. Just while we've got a break in play before we wrap things up for our end of the season here on DAZN. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you commentary here. And normally I'm joined by Mark Crovers, and well, at the moment Amanchi has the ball, edge of the ball here. Can he pull the shot? He can. Oh, rattles the woodwork. It's going to fall back down now, and what's Levi Amanchi got to do to get the ball in the back of the net? And well, as I was saying, thank you for your company this season. It's been an absolute honour and a privilege to bring you the commentary here on DAZN and the Heed Army podcast, and also a big thank you to all the camera crew that we've had this season as well. They've done us absolutely proud, and we hope that you've enjoyed the coverage. Put the ball up towards Mark Beck, who was tussled to the ground. Referee says no, nothing happening. And now we're going to see if Woking can bring the ball forward, as Richards dispossessed by Ethan Moore, who's had a fantastic afternoon. Let's see, I think it's his first start or his second start for the club. There's now Josh Home gets the ball out to Grayson. Grayson down the line. There's Chadwick. Chadwick down towards the corner flag. Just has to turn. He's got Matt Ward for company. Plays it back down the line to Josh Home. Butterfield now comes across to Story. Chapman pulls wide, who receives the ball now, right hand side. Can he get into the box? Bit of trickery, cuts in. He now plays it through, and takes a deflection. Nearly a real mix up at the back, as Yaskalainen has to scramble to get that, to stop it going out for a corner, or even worse. I heard how it went the other direction. But we've got 5 minutes remaining of normal time here, as the ball nodded back by Ferguson to Dubois. Ferguson brings the ball forward, driving with it to Moore. Moore lays it off to Story. Chapman's on the run on this right-hand side. He's got the ball. Can he get the delivery? And he can. It's deep. And well, it's been cleared by Drew on the far side. Amanchi was lurking, and it had to be put out there for good measure. Butterfield receives the ball from the throw-in. He's going to put this one in towards Mark Beck, and well, too close to the goalkeeper, and Yaskalainen just pulls that one out from the sky. And you would imagine we probably have 5 minutes, I think, added on. We haven't had the board yet. Of course, we've still got about 4 minutes left of normal time, but there's been a lot of substitutions, a couple of stoppages, so you would surmise it would get towards that way. But Matt Ward offside on the far side is a close one. But yes, let's say just went quiet again. It has been a pleasure this season to bring the coverage. It's never lost on us, and we hope that you've enjoyed it and that we bring you the best coverage we can. As Dubois pings this ball up towards Mark Beck. Mark Beck wins the header, bounces through. Gateshead can't get the second ball, but Ethan Moore battling with Kai Pennant as Butterfield comes in. Ricochet ball to Chapman and turn all the way back to Dubois. Dubois to Butterfield. Butterfield lays it off to Ferguson. Ferguson to Story. Back to Butterfield. And Chapman looks to ping this one up towards Chadwick. The ball nodded up in the air, not dealt with the best. Okola Okoli, sorry, heads it clear, and the ball across to Aaron Drew, as he pings the ball up that channel, only as far as Butterfield, who can turn and try and get this ball moving forward himself. Butterfield gets it to Mark Beck. Mark Beck lays it out to Josh Home. And we're going to pick the man of the match. We're going for Ethan Moore. I think he's had a very good display. Gateshead number 25. I've sent that through to the stadium announcer. But Ethan Moore, man of the match. As the ball, Gorman can play the ball forward. Andrews just tries to play forward, looking for the run of Kai Pennant, and he's onto the ball on this left-hand side, driving into the box. Butterfield just stands firm, takes the ball away from him. Ball forward, but intercepted though from Odesina. Gorman lays the ball off. As now Gorman wins a free kick just on the edge of the centre circle. Quickly plays it forward.
Man of the match today, your Gateshead man of the match is number 25, Ethan Moore.
Well, Gorman plays it back to Okoli. And Odesina there just played it in front of him and sent the two Gateshead players the wrong way. Just going to latch onto it there, Mark Beck. But Woking just seeing this game out, though you'd expect a good Woking side to do. Gateshead trying to push for a mistake here, but Okoli has the ball, can play it across to the far side. And now it does come back and inside to Gorman. This ball wasn't reaching its target, but Gateshead have got the ball now. Is there a grandstand finish in them or a consolation? We're into the final minute of normal time here. Gateshead fans in fine voice. As we mentioned before, Valentine's Day, 11 points adrift. With 2 games to go, they secured safety. The result today is meaningless, but Robert Elliott will still want the performance to go through, as Josh Home had made a run through there, intercepted though by the visitors as Turner battles with Story and does very well and lays the ball off. Ball forward as gets past Butterfield, and now can the ball played forward, is onside, but it's too close to the goalkeeper as Ward was battling to get that ball forward. There's other goals in the National League. Brackley 2, Aldershot 0. Of course, they're already relegated. Boreham Wood 2, Morecambe 0. But all eyes will go towards the evening kickoffs live here on DAZN. 5:30 kickoff. You will be able to see the championship race continue with Rochdale away to Braintree and York at home to Yeovil. So keep an eye on those ones. And the aforementioned National League North title race along the road seems to be going a little bit of a slippery slope for South Shields. They're losing at the minute. And AFC Fylde are winning. They'll take a 3-point advantage going into the last day of the season. Is that enough for Fylde, or is there a sting in the tail? Could we see something on goal difference? But Gorman brings the ball forward. Oh, lovely little flick from Sanderson, but he just couldn't get it round. And Gateshead can get this ball moving forward again. We haven't had the full officials board yet, as Chapman tries to get past Kai Pennant. Pennant lays it off. They've done well and got the ball forward here. Richards, there's a tackle. The referee took his time on that one, but he has awarded it. Free kick in front of the Woking dugout. Scunthorpe have levelled away to Wheelstone. It's 1-1 there. Carlisle winning 1-0 away to Truro. Sutton 1, Altrincham 2. 0-0 between Solihull Moors and Boston. 10 men. Solihull Moors are down to. Forest Green have just pulled one back away to Hartlepool. It's 2-1 there to Hartlepool. Gateshead losing 2-0 here. Eastleigh 1-1 with Tamworth, and Brackley, who were already relegated, are winning 2-0 at home to Aldershot. And Southend are winning. One early in the early kickoff here on DAZN, 6-2 at the Shea. So you can say a massive result for them going into the playoffs. Well, a free kick. Gorman takes this one, sees the runner of Andrews. He's left everyone behind him. He's got the ball. He's holding it up. He's got Pennant for company. Doesn't use him. Gives it back to Gorman. inside. Kai Pennant on the corner of the box, drives in left-hand side, pulls it back across. Gateshead do manage to clear through Story, and Story in turn will send it away. Levi Amanchi's going to battle for this one, and Amanchi is trying to battle for the ball. There was a shirt pull, but I think there was from both sides. Darlington are winning 1-0 away at AFC Telford as well. They're in the National League North playoff mix as well, as Kai Pennant couldn't get the ball away from Chapman. Story marshals it back. Ball forward. Gorman brings it down in midfield. Well, the visitors just doing a professional job, seeing it out. Gateshead chasing the ball at the moment, but Ferguson gets that ball to Chapman. Chapman to Story. Story looks up to get the big men. Mark Beck is struggling at the moment. He's back up. Butterfield gets the ball out to Ethan Moore, the man of the match. Cuts inside of it, drives with the ball. He's trying to create something. Nearly turned. Martin gets the ball to Josh Holm. Butterfield. Look, he's seen Chadwick in the corner of his eye, but intercepted by Drew. Well, we're 4 minutes into time added on. We didn't see what was added on. We haven't heard it either over the tannoy, but at the moment, Gateshead trying to get something back out of this game, but give away a free kick just in front of their own dugout. Well, still no clue about how much has been added on, but we're into that 5th minute now. And I know I've said it a few times, but well done to the travelling Woking fans. You've done your club absolutely done them real justice today, and your side is going to run out 2-0 winners here at Gateshead International Stadium. Final home game for Gateshead. Of course, you'll be able to watch Gateshead away to Altrincham on the last day of the season, live on DAZN. And I think there might be a few fancy dress ones from Gateshead going down there to the Manchester area. So please do tune in and watch your team. Of course, likewise, Woking's game will be televised as well on DAZN. But at the moment, Jamie Andrews plays the ball through, and at the moment they're still probing Matt Ward, twisting and turning, send defenders the wrong way. He's trying to lay it off, gets it to Kai Pennant. And, well, just slowed down with Kai Pennant. Gorman. As the ball comes back to Odesina. Gorman again. Plays it inside. Turner. Kai Pennant. Back to Gorman. Well, we're into the 6th minute now. As the ball goes to the far side, Matt Ward keeps it in. At the moment, our referee, I think he wants the season to go on longer. He's enjoying the game here, but I don't think anything will change from the victory that Woking will get here this afternoon. But it's immaterial. Gateshead had a job on in January when Rob Elliott took over as manager. He made some crucial signings. It didn't happen straight away, but once it started, you could see there was something special happening, and Gateshead got themselves out the Great Escape. And what a season, or second half of the season it's been. But at the moment, Jamie Andrews lays it off for Sanderson. He's driving through. He's left Story behind him, one-on-one with the keeper. Can he finish it? He can. It's 3-0 to the visitors. And Gateshead, well, they have survived the drop, but they haven't survived the onslaught from Woking here this afternoon. It's been a long season, a lot of minutes played, a lot of balls chased down in the survival, but it has happened, and Gateshead will be in the National League next year. But Woking, you can't take anything away from here today. They've been the better side, more clinical in front of goal, and Gateshead maybe just a little bit leg weary after the fight that they've had in the last few weeks to keep this club in the league. But now it is 3-0 to the visitors. Well, we forget to kick back off. Only the referee knows how much longer we've got here. And there we go. then we're back in, and the referee's still playing on time here. Don't know where he's got 8 minutes from, but we're in 8 minutes now. Ferguson, ball forward. There's a late goal at South Shields. South Shields have equalised in the 96th minute, 96th minute even. It's never over till it's over. But at the moment, it is over here, and Woking win 3-0 winners. In truth, the game was nothing more than pride at stake, with both teams securely in the National League for next season. But they gave a fighting spirit this afternoon. It was just out of reach. But they are here in the National League next season. The Great Escape was done, and it has been achieved. Rob Elliott's men have survived relegation from what looked an impossible task. It ends 3-0 here today. Well done to Woking, and we'll go on to the end of the season. Away to Altrincham next Saturday. A big thank you to John, our cameraman. My name's been David Garris. It's been an absolute pleasure. But we've got to go. We've got to go because we've got a night of the Player of the Year Awards and the GFC Hall of Fame. So we'll be back next season, and we can't wait to be with you. Thank you very much, and goodbye.